Friday the 10th of November, the release date for one of the best sports games around, Football Manager 2018. You might play the game, you might not play the game. I personally love it. It's a PC based game in case you didn't know, but if you want to get your hands on it, I would recommend buying it. But this isn't some sort of advertisement. I'm here to make this video because I feel like a lot of people always come to my channel asking, Ryan, what save should I do? What team should I do a save with in FM18, FM17? I get the same question every year, and I don't do a lot of FM series on the channel, but a lot of people still like to ask. So today's video, I'm going to base around that. I made something similar for career mode in FIFA 18, but I'm going to try and change this up a little bit and try and give a little bit more variety. And in today's video, I'm going to give 5 teams who I believe would make a very exciting, or maybe just a generally good FM 18 save in this year's game. Who do I think will be the 5 best teams to do one with? Well, here we go. 5 teams who you should do a save with in FM 18. Number 5, and here we go. Just for the record, I will not be doing this as a save, but for anyone who is new to the channel, this is for you. For someone from a neutral standpoint, at number 5, we have got them. We have Rangers. Why? Because, let me paint the picture. Rangers have been demoted in 2012 and arguably, as you could say, are a new club. Anyway, they have had to work their way back up to the divisions, and the return to the top flight of Scottish football has been lacklustre, to say the least. 2 managers sacked in Mark Warburton and Pedro Caixinha. The club seems to be getting itself into even more of a state as the days go by. So, for anyone who's a neutral and not a Celtic fan, then maybe this save is for you. You've got a lot of rebuilding to do to take Rangers back to being the top team in Scotland. Probably not going to be done. But you've got a lot of rebuilding to do. A team left behind from a manager who brought in a lot of players who can't even speak the language. So you've got a lot of work to do, and it might be quite exciting for someone on that neutral kind of, you know, that neutral part of the fence who wants a challenge to take a team back to their former glories. The team is not great, and a lot of building will have to be done, but I'm sure the funding will come in, as, I mean, in real life, Rangers spent about £10 million on players, so there is money to be spent and a makeover to be done, in my opinion, and it could make for some entertainment for non-Celtic fans like no one like myself. Trust me, I will not be doing this save, I swear. Number 4 then, and it's for someone who probably doesn't want to do something in Britain and want to take it a little bit more adventurous, because me, myself, I do a lot of my saves in the British leagues, such as the Premier League, the Scottish Premiership, but someone who wants a challenge, head over to Germany, head over to the Bundesliga to take charge of Stuttgart. Stuttgart have just been promoted back to the top flight in German football after spending a year in the Bundesliga 2. They were relegated 2 seasons ago after a very poor season, but they are back in the top flight of German football, and if you know your football right, and you can remember maybe 10 years ago, Stuttgart were one of the top teams in Germany. They were getting into Europa League, sometimes Champions League. They were a big team in Germany, and to go down to the 2nd division was very bad for them, but they are back up now. They've not got the strongest of teams, and if you want to build them back to being a Champions League type side, a top 4 type side, then this would be a very interesting save. They don't have players like Timo Werner as such anymore that played for them the year they did get relegated, but they do have a few decent players in there, but rebuilding will be the aim. I feel like this would be very entertaining if, as I said, you want to go to a European league. Taking it back over to the United Kingdom now, and we're heading to the first and only Premier League team on this list, and it's going to be Crystal Palace. Right, I know what you're thinking, Ryan, have you gone fucking daft? Crystal Palace, the likes of Julian Speroni, bloody Wayne Hennessy, they're your keepers, for example. Then you've got the likes of Christian Benteke, who I think is absolute dog meat, up front. It's not a very nice team to look at, but Crystal Palace, as you know, had one of, and I think it actually was, the worst start in Premier League history. No goals in about 7 games. They didn't get a win in 7 games. It was just an abysmal start. They got rid of Frank de Boer after an awful appointment, and Roy Hodgson was brought in. But in FM, it'd be interesting to see how you can do with them. Can you actually save a team like Crystal Palace? Are they as bad as they look? Because they have got players who will sparkle, who will be very good in FM. The likes of Benteke, he will be good in FM. He's not very good in real life, but he'll be good in FM. Wilfred Zaha, good in FM. They've got some good players in there, some fast players, some strong players who can do a lot of good for Crystal Palace. And I remember 2 years ago, Crystal Palace had done a save with them and finished bloody 6th in my first season. So is it long gone that you can have saves like that? Is this Crystal Palace team good enough to be in the top half? I don't know, you tell me, but I feel it'd be a very entertaining save to do. Number 2, we're staying in England and we're going down to the Championship, and it's one that I feel like everyone is going to try at some point this year, and it had to make the list because it's a blatantly obvious one. Wolverhampton Wanderers. They have been out of the Premier League for about 6 years now. They've struggled in the Championship, but new ownership has brought them some some things to look forward to. It's looking as though the Premier League is an incredibly realistic thing for them now. It looks as though they will be in the Premier League next season, and the players they are bringing in for a team like Wolverhampton is unbelievable. Someone like Ruben Neves, who was getting linked with Liverpool for £40 million just a year ago, to now playing at Wolves, along with players like Diego Jota and these other Portuguese guys, because of the new ownership and the agents involved. It's crazy, and Wolves really do have a big budget, a brilliant team for the Championship, a team that could easily survive in the Premier League more than likely, so a very entertaining save to do, I would imagine, and to take them maybe with this ownership to the top of the Premier League isn't a far cry from being possible. So Wolverhampton, they are on the list at number 2. Which leads me on to number 1, and it might not be the traditional route of what a lot of FM players like to do. It's starting from the very, very top, and it is Paris Saint-Germain. Do I need to explain myself? Why would that not be an entertaining save to do this year? I'm not a big fan of the team. I'm not a big fan of spending £200 million on a player, but that front three, Mbappe, Neymar, Cavani, is enough alone to say why this should be a save that everyone will try, or at least should try at some point this year. French football trying to establish itself a bit more than what it has been praised for the past few years, and PSG going all out, 200 million in Neymar, 150 million on Mbappe, and I can only imagine the money will be there to be spent in a save, and you could have a lot of fun bringing in players from all over the world, building a dream team at PSG to go and win multiple Champions Leagues and become one of the best of all time. It's easily done, I'd imagine. I mean, think of the money. Just think of it. Number 1, it's PSG. That does it then for this video, lads. If you have enjoyed, make sure to press the like and subscribe button. It would be very appreciated, especially if you're new to the channel. We're trying to get 10k subs by the end of the year, so if you do subscribe, it would be greatly appreciated, and you'll have the love from me. Let me know if there's any teams you think I missed out, or any teams you think that on this list won't be a very good save to do. Any opinions are appreciated in the comments below. So ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you all next time.